Hey guys, just finished watching Gotham, Season 4, Episode 21, A Dark Night, One Bad Day. Wow, what an episode. Just before, one more, last episode, just before the season final. Wow, what an episode. It starts off here with Bullock tries to kind of change the GCP, tries to take charge of the GCPD, but he's not able to do that since he's lost him, and the other detective is forced to kind of take it over and kind of help him type thing, and help everyone get back behind him and stuff. Jeremiah shows up at the GCPD wanting the city to be evacuated in 6 hours, which is kind of impossible type thing. Penguin offers a deal to Barbara to team up and stop Jeremiah from destroying the city, because what is there left to rule if there's no city left? And if everyone's dead in there, Bruce tells Bullock that Wayne funded the bombs. Jim wakes up in Lee's care, which is obviously no surprise there. That was kind of really predictable, and obviously he'd be picked up by her. Bruce goes to Selina for help and ends up finding videos of Alfred getting beat up, and that's where he kind of stays throughout most of the episode. Lee ends up convincing Riddler to help help Jim figure out what Jerome's plan is, and he easily figures it out. Jerome ends up Penguin tries to stronghold Jerome by getting the bomb and stuff, but it fails because Jerome seemingly he plays along for a little bit, and then he decides, no, that guy was, I knew you guys would get this guy, so I didn't tell the guy your mole that you had, the guy you got the information from, and you knew you would be able to get at him. So he doesn't really kind of put all his chips in that one guy, so that was quite cool. I would have liked to have seen Jerome in that scene. It was cool that he pulls out the rocket launcher, just blows up and does that, and I get that was a really Jerome type thing, but it was not very Jeremiah-like. So I think it would have been cool to see him be a little bit more smarter and be a little bit more steps ahead. I mean, it seems like he was, because he did say he didn't put all his chips. He didn't tell him that one guy who Penguin tortured didn't give him all the information. So I get he was, Jeremiah was ahead of him the whole time for that. But I feel like Jeremiah should have been able to see that Cobblepot, that Barbara and all of them would have tried to stop him, even whether they team up, it, may or may not have happened. But even on their own, they would have tried to stop him. So I feel like he should have been a little bit more prepared for that, since the whole reason why they killed off Jerome and replacing him with his brother Jeremiah was because Jerome was kind of a chainsaw, just going over and doing stuff, whereas Jeremiah still has Joker, but you're just a little bit more smarter, the more methodical version of Joker type thing, who wants to do these huge elaborate things, but there's a reasoning behind them type thing, a little bit closer along lines of more along the lines of the Jack Nicholson Joker was very comical and very dramatic and stuff, but yet still a bit more the thoughtfulness and the precisionness of the Heath Ledger Joker they're trying to bring into this, and because there's so many times you can do things with the Jerome that they had, who was just doing crazy stuff for crazy's sake for no purpose, just wants to see the world burn, but yet some more thought out reasonings type thing from the Heath Ledger version. So I think that's where they're trying to go with this. So I think seeing him here he should have been smart enough to be able to figure out, since he is so smart, they built him up to be so smart, he should have been able to figure out how to stop everyone, more than just kind of having a backup plan. It would have been better to have a smarter, to predict the Penguin and all his tries, and have fail-safe plans for all of it, other than just kind of blowing that one guy up. I would have liked to have seen a little more smarter rebuttal from Jerome or Jeremiah right there. We see Alfred is affected on the videos. Alfred is affected by the Scarecrow. He gets sprayed in the face and stuff. Jeremiah is planning to turn we find that this is where at this point Riddler figures out that Jeremiah wants to bomb the whole city, so it turns into a giant maze type thing, just like his bunker. Selina ends up finding the Scarecrow, and that's where she finds out that Bruce is the one being poisoned, and it's not actually Alfred he's watching. Bruce is just locked up in a room seeing the videos of of Alfred getting tortured and stuff. And it was a quite cool scene, seeing that. It reminded me a lot of the Alan Moore's Killing Joke. Obviously, it was kind of similar to that, but very a little different. It just definitely doesn't hit as hard as the Alan Moore as the Killing Joke does in the comics, when it's it's actually James Gordon who sees Barbara Gordon, his daughter, and that's kind of messed up. But so there's no way to get that that relationship, because it's a totally different relationship between Alfred and Bruce, or Bruce and Alfred, and then James Gordon and his young daughter type thing. So I think that was kind of always going to be, there's no way they can get darker than that storyline, or even come close to it. But there is, having the photos and the videos like that is almost a nice nod to that. It kind of reminded me of that, so that was quite interesting there, quite cool there. Alfred ends up cutting his own mouth open, and Bruce and then attacks Bruce, but then we find out that it's not actually Alfred. It's Bruce is hallucinating from the mist, and Alfred is completely fine. So it's interesting playing with that. It's going to be cool to see where that goes in the last episode, how that kind of continues on, how that affects Bruce going on, because at the end of it he looks like he's completely fine. And then Bullock ends up stopping the bombs by luck, just pulling out the thing, which is kind of cliche. Wish there would have been a way to outsmart her to figure it out. But it just kind of luck. He saves it all. But of course, that's the way it happens. Jeremiah ends up. Jeremiah's followers turn on him, but he predicted that, so he ends up burning them all, which is a pretty cool thing to see where he's going to go from here to build up some new followers with whatever he does in the next in the season final. Hopefully he'll probably end up doing something that'll get him some more followers, so that'll be cool to see that. Ra's al Ghul shows up to try and join Jeremiah. It's unclear if he wants to team up with Jeremiah or if he has his own ambitions. We don't really get too much of Ra's al Ghul in this, although he is moving around real fast, so I guess he has all this power type thing, or if he's bulletproof, it's unclear, because Jeremiah does try to shoot him, but it's unclear if he's just kind of faster or something, or he does have the demon's head power, so it's unclear as to what exactly powers he gets from it. And then we get like almost a happy ending in with Bruce and Alfred and Selina in the Gotham at the Wayne Manor, and then Jeremiah just kind of shows up, shoots Selina Kyle straight in the gut, kind of Killing Joke style, and she falls into the table. Although the table doesn't collapse because it's not made out of glass like in the Killing Joke, but it does. She does get shot, and it looks like she's out. And then in the trailers for next week's episode, it shows that she's alive, but she's going into the hospital. So who knows if she's going to survive this? I feel like if she were to survive this, I don't know. I mean, we've already had. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with this, where they want to go with this character. I don't know if Gotham's been set up for a season 5 already. I hope so at this point. They better end it with an idea like last season. They didn't know if they were getting a season 4, so they ended it with, Bruce jumping. Last scene of season 3 was Bruce kind of putting on a cowl and going down and saving a family, doing a first, so that they can leave it off, and there you go, Bruce Wayne's going to become the Batman. That's what you didn't need to see more, and that's where they were going to go from there on type thing. And now that they got a season 4, they had to change it all up type thing. So it's going to be cool to see where things go for Gotham going into season 5 if we do get one. I'll try and put it on here if I have time to research it, but otherwise we'll have to wait and see where things go in the next last episode coming out next week. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below. Season 4 episode 21 of Gotham. Where do you think things are going in the last episode? What do you think Ra's al Ghul's intentions are? Does he agree with Jerome and want to help him on it? Does he have his own plans? What could they be? I think it's going to be cool to see all that and see where things go from here. It's going to be quite cool. And what's going to happen to Selina, obviously, is going to be quite fun to see that. And so all in all, I can't wait to see where things go with this. I also wanted to just let you guys know that it will be starting on Monday, a new job that might be giving me up to 12-hour shifts a day, so that'll definitely affect my reviewings. So I'll try and be able to review them maybe on the weekends and stuff. At least definitely for this season, I'll try and get them as soon as I can. But we'll have to wait and see how that affects my how that goes in the future for future reviews, like next season and all that stuff. So stay posted for that. I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys. Peace.
Remember, be smart, be safe. Always do your curb drill.